now listen to the smooth sounds of freaking that.
Welcome back to Cosmetics Anonymous. I am your favorite girl, Bo Vintage, and today's video is of course a story time. So let's get right on into it. So this basically happened. This happened in 2009. The only reason I know the year that it happened is because I had to Google the situation. So I actually was thinking that it happened way before I was 17, but I guess not 17, 16. I might have been turning 17. I don't remember what month it happened, but this is what happened. So let me give you guys a little bit of a background before I jump into the details of the shooting. So, first person that we are going to talk about is my lovely cousin, who is basically like my BFF. Okay, so her name is Ashante. That's Bae. Follow her on Instagram. So basically, we're 3 years apart, but ever since I was probably 11, I would go to her house every summer and just spend the whole entire summer there, and we would just hang out and chill and whatever. Despite the age difference, like the only time that I didn't really go to her house for the summer was when I was 19, and we had that weird age gap where I could party and she couldn't. So that's the only time I really never went. But when she turned 19, we was back in full effect, and it was great. So anyway, me and her have been inseparable since I was 11 and she was 8, right? Is that 3 years? Yes. Okay, so we've been inseparable since then. I would always go to her house. She would sometimes come to my house, but usually it would be me going to her house. On this particular occasion, she came to my house. That's Ash. That's my introduction to Ash. And then the other person in the story is one of my older sister's ex-boyfriends. So basically, he was like a big brother to me. Like, he was just cool as shit. Like, he's legit so cool. Well, back then, you know, fuck you, nigga. Like, you like, don't disrespect my sister. Anyway, yeah, so back then, like, I loved him so much. Like, he was big bro. Like, he was dope as fuck. He's really heavy set. Like, he's a big guy. He's a security guard. And I don't mean like security guard that you would find in the mall. Like, he's not a mall cop. Like, he's legit suit and tie security guard. And he has a car service and all kinds of cool shit, right? So that's him. He's always been that way. So at this time, he's probably around 27. And he was over at my house because he was just there. My sister wasn't even there, but he was there hanging out. And I wanted pizza. My cousin wanted pizza. So we told him, and he asked my mom if he could take us to get pizza. She was just like, of course. Like, he didn't really need to ask her or whatever. So we hopped in his car and he drove up the street. This is a 2-minute drive from my house. We drive to Pizza, which is open pretty late, and this was happening pretty late at night. Like, I don't think we had school the next day. I think it was a weekend, so it was okay that we were out late with an adult, but it was still pretty late for 2 young kids to be out with an adult or without an adult. Like, it was late when it happened. So we go to the Pizza and we're sitting down. The Pizza is located at Malvern Mall. So if I were to walk this, which I walked it very many times in my life, it's like a 10-minute walk depending on how fast you're walking. It was a place that I went to regularly. Like, Pizza is like the #1 pizza place in Canada, but the pizza's not even the greatest. It's just the most convenient because they're open till like 3 a.m. like whatever. So that's like, Pizza was popping, okay? So anyway, we're there later, whatever. We order our food. It takes about 20 minutes to make. We get it. Okay, cool. So we ordered a pizza. I think we had a box of like chicken bites or wings or something like that. So we had the pizza on the table. My cousin had the box of wings in front of her, and we start to munch down. Within 10 minutes of sitting at this table, the delivery guy comes in from outside looking toe up. He was fucked up. Like, he looked like he got mauled by a tiger, okay? So he came in the store looking distraught and just a mess. And so I'm looking like, what the hell happened to this man? And he's explaining to his coworkers that he just got robbed. So I'm like, oh, that sucks, but this pizza's thebomb.com. So I'm like minding my business or whatever, and the pizza man goes, or the delivery guy goes behind the counter and I guess tries to clean himself off or whatever, and just, you know, whatever, like he's really irrelevant in the story. Maybe 5 minutes after the pizza guy got back from delivering or being robbed, a group of niggas came into the pizza. Now, because of the area that we lived in and because of all of the issues that surrounded Malvern, like, and because of how late it was, it's natural for a little girl to start freaking out, but not freaking out the way that my cousin was freaking out. But because she hadn't been around, I guess, niggas before, like she was only 13 and she hadn't been around this type of neighborhood because she grew up basically in the suburbs. She panicked when she saw this group of people come into the pizza, especially because the person that came into the pizza before them was the delivery man who just got robbed. So I guess she's thinking that the two are connected. Anyway, as we see the group of guys come into the pizza, my cousin starts freaking out. She's like, no, I want to go. Packing up the fucking wing box. She closed the wing box, stood up, and was walking towards the door. I'm like, nah, nigga, come back here, sit down. Like, we're eating our food. Like, we're not leaving it. And the bodyguard guy, my sister's ex-boyfriend, just like, yeah, chill. Like, come, you have nothing to worry about. Like, just relax. Eat your pizza, eat your wings. We're gonna leave when we're done. Because why would we be taking the pizza box back to the house? Like, no, we didn't order some ginormous pizza with leftovers. Like, we were sharing the pizza. The pizza was gonna be finished at the restaurant. Like, there are no leftovers, boo-boo. Sit your little ass down. So, because of the way she was freaking out, to me, because I lived in the area, like, I wasn't thinking too much of it, that they were coming into the store. But for some reason, she panicked. Like, she legit had an anxiety attack right there just because some people walked up in the store. So anyway, I don't know if these niggas were followed. I don't know what the situation was, but I will and you know what, now that I think about it, they probably came into the store because they were being followed by a car. As they came in the store, they were kind of like congregating in front of the counter, and so I'm just listening to see what's going on. You like to see if this is part 2 of the robbery, if they're gonna come and stick up the joint. Like, I wasn't sure, nobody was sure, so I'm just kind of keeping my eyes and ears peeled. Within, I'm gonna say, I don't even think it was 3 minutes. Within 3 minutes of these guys coming into the pizza, all you heard was, and so as soon as I heard the first one, I already knew what time it was, y'all. My ass was under the pizza table on the dirty floor. I did not care. I was not about to lose my life. Like, I was underneath the table, underneath the motherfucking table, praying. And when I say praying, I mean I never prayed like this in my life. Like, I really thought that today was the day, because one, I didn't know the gunshots were coming from outside. So I thought that what was going on was they were sticking up the pizza place and robbing pizza. So I'm thinking the gunshots are coming from inside the store because of how loud they were. And so I'm under the table praying, thinking that after they fucking kill the fucking employees, they're gonna come and kill the witnesses, obviously. So me, Ash, and the bodyguard nigga are underneath the table, and the bodyguard guy is kind of laying on top of us and just trying to like shield us from, you know, he was just being a bodyguard. As that's going on, my cousin's like legit bawling her eyes out for like, I'm surprised she didn't die from a heart attack, because she was legit freaking out. Like, I was freaking out, but I was able to pray. Like, I was legit praying like I never prayed before. I was saying the Lord's Prayer, and I was like, cover me in the blood of the Lamb, honey, because I cannot today. This is not, I don't plan to die in a fucking drive-by. Like, this is not what's gonna happen. This is not how this is not how I'm leaving Earth. Like, nah, not at pizza. What? So I'm there freaking out, praying. She's crying. He's covering us. it's a big dramatic scene, okay? The way that we were laying on the ground, I was able to look. Oh, that's the other thing too. I heard 3 gunshots. Only 3. The way I'm laying on the table, I can see the counter. The niggas that were in front of the counter were now behind the counter, which at this point, I still don't know what's a drive-by. I'm thinking, oh my God, like they hopped over the counter and they're going into the cash registers. That's what I was thinking, but like, what? I don't know. So I'm thinking that these niggas, but the reason they jumped over the counter was because the gunshots were coming from outside. It was a drive-by. So they jumped over the counter, whatever, trying to protect themselves. Obviously, I mean, I would have done the same thing, but yeah. We're on the ground. I don't know who called the police. I don't know if it was the people at the table beside us, but somebody called the police. The police show up. When the police got there, it was basically when we knew the coast was clear and that we could get up off the damn ground. At this point, I'm like in the back of the cruiser shaking. Legit cannot function, legit shaking. And my cousin's in the back of the cruiser with me too. I don't know why we were sitting in the back of the cruiser. But anyway, I'm conversing with...
All were suspects.
I'm conversing with my cousin about the situation or whatever. I'm asking her if she's okay. I'm listening to the police officer and the bodyguard speaking, and I hear the police officer say that there's 7 shells. So I'm just like, 7? Like, somebody shot 7 bullets through that fucking window, and I only heard 3, which means that I fucking blacked out. What? I don't know. Maybe, I don't know.
More than one shooter.
Huh?
More than one shooter.
Why?
More than one person shooting at the same time. We heard 3 bangs, but there was
7. So what about the 4th one?
You were just freaking out, man.
Anyway, I either blacked out or I don't know what, but I promise you I only heard 3 bangs and there were 7 shells on the ground. So yeah. Anyway, my cousin's father and grandfather and uncle and everybody else, like, they're all police officers, and so they were actually up the street from us. I don't know if it was a church event, I don't know what they were doing, or like a business party, but they were at some event up the street from where we were at the Pizza. Because the bodyguard guy knew this information, he was trying to be like a hotshot or whatever, and like was like, he basically told the police officer whose cruiser we were in that one of the little girls is the granddaughter of the chief of police. Y'all, I don't know why he did this, but he did. And before we even got to my house to tell my mom what the fuck just happened, she already knew. And the reason she knew was because somebody forwarded to her grandfather that she was just at Pizza late at night, like it was probably like 11-12 o'clock, I don't even know, late at night, and it just got shot up and he hit the fucking roof. Shit hit the fan, okay? Her dad, like, first of all, I think they were at our house before we got there, which was crazy because we were only 2 minutes away. So by the time we left the scene of the crime, they were waiting for her to pick her up at my house. And she was basically like banned from my house for the longest time. Like, she wasn't allowed to come back. Like, it was overly dramatic. Like, the shooting did not happen at my house. Like, whatever. So she basically got banned from coming to my house. I can get banned from going to their house. Well, not yet. But she got banned from coming to my house. She wasn't allowed in my house. It was too ghetto or whatever. Like, nah, like, my house wasn't ghetto. It was just the neighborhood. Anyway, welcome to the hood, y'all. Apparently you can't even go get pizza because niggas be shooting up the place. Same thing with Barney's. Like, well, Barney's wasn't even in Malvern. It was just in Scarborough. But like, nowhere safe. It's not safe. The nigga that brought us to Pizza or whatever, like, I don't know if he was looking for some kind of medal or some kind of, like, I don't know. How I remember it is I took my ass and put my ass under the table. This nigga told my mother that he grabbed us, threw us under the table, and hopped on us to protect us. That is not what happened. And I hope my mom's watching this so that she knows, like, nah. And he even tried to, like, convince me. He's like, it happened so fast that you don't even remember me grabbing you. Like, nah, you did not grab me. Like, that's not something I would forget. I think I would remember somebody pulling me, even though I only heard 3 gunshots. But still, he did not grab me and throw me under the table to protect me. Like, no, he might have grabbed my cousin, but I took my ass and put my ass under the table because, you know, the hood raised me. So
you wanna know what I wanted to say, but I didn't want to interrupt your video. I was gonna say the hood raised you. I had that exact word in my head when you said that. Right now.
Oh, when I was just saying that?
Just before you said it.
That's funny. So I already knew what time it was. My cousin might have not have known, but when you hear gunshots, honey, you duck for cover. You don't run. Like, every time I actually get mad. Like, when there's like mass shootings and stuff, I'm like,
just lay down.
Lay the fuck down. Why are you running? Like, trying to, like, every time that I've gone to a party, every time that I've gone to a party and some kind of commotion happens and people are like, so he's got a gun. Like, no, we're doing too much. Like, nobody's ever yelled at any party I've been to. It's too late. Like, nobody knows anybody got a gun. People just hear the gunshots, and half the time you don't even hear the gunshots because the music's so fucking loud. Like, I have never ran from tried to outrun a bullet, outrun somebody with a gun. Like, nah. Like, I'll get on the ground and duck for cover, protect my head before you see me running. Like, nah, that's how you get shot. I was watching Higher Learning the other day, and if there's a fucking shooter on the fucking roof, you spot the shooter on the roof, why are you grabbing the girl to run? Get the fuck on the ground and mind your business. Like, the chances of you getting shot while running is way higher than the chances of you laying your ass down and protecting yourself. So if you guys are ever in a situation where you hear gunshots or whatever, don't try to run. Like, don't panic. That's what people always panic and just start running. Like, nah, like, just lay there and hope you don't get shot. Pray a little bit, say your prayers, okay? Read your Bible in your phone app. Like, do something like that. Don't be running. Anyway, yeah, this nigga tried to tell my mom that he protected us or that he threw us under the table. No, you didn't. I hope he's watching this too. You's a liar. You did not. Like, I'm not gonna give you the credit for protecting me. Like, no, I got my little ass under the table and prayed. The one thing that I always think about is if we never called my cousin back to the table, because when I say this happened like this, like, it happened like this, like, it just happened so fast. If we never called her back to the table and just tried to relax her, because she was having an anxiety attack from the time the guys walked into the store. So if she had kept going and walked outside, she for sure would have caught a hot one, and she probably would not be here because at that time, she was a pretty tall kid, but at that time, she would have probably got shot in her fucking throat and she would have been dead. And like, I could not be without her. Like, nah, that's my bill. So I always think about that, and I'm always like, oh my god, like, I could have lost my cousin that day. And so I don't know what I'm gonna title this video, because I hate when I go to story times and people title them things like I almost got shot at, almost died. Like, nah nigga, I really almost died before. Like, don't do that. So I don't know what I'm gonna title this. I don't want to title it my cousin almost got shot in a drive-by, because that's like, it's even though
all almost got shot in a drive-by.
Well, I still feel like it's misleading because I was not the target, but I very well could have been hit, because I didn't even finish telling you guys what happened. So the two people that were in front of the counter did end up getting shot in this drive-by, and one was shot in the arm, one was shot in the leg. Because of the situation, like, I promise you guys, I was traumatized for the longest time. Like, I was so scared to go to Malvern Mall. I was scared to go to Pizza. I was scared. I was just scared. I was scared as fuck. Like, I didn't even want to go to, no, that was not the reason I didn't want to go to church. I don't know. I definitely used this little incident that happened to my advantage when I was young. Like, when I was 16 and 17, I abused the fact that it happened to get out of certain situations. I was just overly dramatic, okay? Anyway, that's not important. The point is, I could have very well have died in the pizza. But you know what? I got over the situation. I'm glad my cousin didn't die. And yeah, I guess that's the story of how it went down. in the hood. Like, it's mind-boggling to me when people think that Toronto's some soft, Canada's soft. Like, nah, nigga, it fucking goes down. It's fucking scary here too. Like, I don't know, there's shootings all the time, like all the time. Malvern Mall is like notorious for all kinds of crazy shit. A man got his wig split inside his barber shop. I think he was the owner of the barber shop. I don't know if he was the owner, if he, yeah. So rest in peace to him, because I don't know why somebody would do that. Like, oh, people make me so angry. Like, these people have families. Like, what, he fucked up your lineup? Like, what? No. So yeah, like, it goes down in Toronto. Like, there's been a lot of incidences at that mall, but I was actually in the mall when one of them happened, and that's the craziest thing, and that's why I wanted to share the story with you. Like, it actually goes down, and we have mass shootings every day. Niggas be dropping like fucking flies. Like, it might not be like Chirac, but it fucking goes down in Toronto, and people get shot in the mall. Like, people have died in the mall. Okay, the other thing that I wanted to say about this, it's ironic that I decided to tell this story today because today is actually my auntie's birthday. Hey, auntie. And so this is my cousin's mom, and she's basically like my second mom. Like, I freaking love her to death. And yeah, so make sure you guys go wish her a happy birthday. Her Instagram is Miss Jacqueline Onassis, and even if you guys don't go wish her a happy birthday on her actual page, like, just comment down in the comment section, because she be watching these videos, and I know for sure they're gonna watch this one because it's about them. So, well, about her daughter. Make sure you comment and tell her happy birthday. She's freaking fab, you guys. Like, honestly, she's like the grown-up me. Like, I freaking love her. Like, she's everything. And also, she is an interior decorator, and when I say she's the bee's knees and bomb.com, like, it's not a game. Like, go to her Instagram and see the decoration. Like, she's actually the shit. So if you live in the GTA and you need your home staged or decored, you better call Miss Jacqueline Onassis, because she's the bomb.com, honey. Yes. So I love you all. Thank you so much for watching, and I just want to say that I'm grateful for every day that I'm alive, and I thank the Most High. So anyway, you guys, I love you all so much. Leave your interesting stories below, and I will definitely see you in the next video. I don't have earrings on. Ew.